Hi everyone, this is Jayesh from Team Digit and we have Varun here from
Hi.
Lenovo. He'll be talking about Lenovo's ThinkPad and giving us a glimpse of how the laptop looks in its bare bones format. So Varun, if you could just tell our readers what is it that you do at Lenovo and what are we going to see today?
Oh, great, thanks Jayesh. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to talk about the legendary ThinkPad. I know today everybody has heard about ThinkPad.
Yeah.
What we're going to do today is we're going to take you through what goes inside the ThinkPad, what actually makes legendary ThinkPad a ThinkPad. Now, today, before we go into the details of it, I want to highlight today a few things. Now, when a customer wants to buy a notebook, right, there are a few basic requirements he has in his mind. The first one being, is the system reliable?
Yeah.
Right? The second is the build quality good.
Correct.
The third one, is it user friendly? And the most important, is my data protected?
Correct.
Right? So these are the major components or requirement which customer would always have when he goes to buy a notebook. Now, if you look at it, reliability, sturdiness, and ease of use are the elementary things which are part of heritage of ThinkPad.
Correct.
Right? ThinkPad was born 22 years back, and it is inspired by a Japanese bento box. Right? The legacy has been huge. We've been leading by examples. If you look at it, we are the leaders in the innovation. And a great news today, if we can give, we have shipped out over 100 million ThinkPads.
Wow.
Right. So
This is right from the IBM days or?
right
after
from
Lenovo?
ThinkPad.
Okay.
Since the ThinkPad has been born, which is
Wow.
over 22 years now.
Correct.
Right. We've been leading by innovations. Right. If you look at it, a notebook with a butterfly keyboard. ThinkPad 701 featured a butterfly keyboard. Right. When the lid was open, a complete 85 character keyboard will open up.
Correct.
Right. And the innovation took its space. Right. And it deserved a place which earned a place for it in the Museum of Modern Art in New York.
Correct. So one of the things, Varun, as reviewers and technology writers, we experienced a lot on Lenovo products, ThinkPad especially. The trackpad navigation is something that once you get hooked onto,
Right.
any other touchpad becomes alien to you.
Right.
And especially the roll cage design and having those lanes to kind of spew out drainages,
Right.
so to
Oh, yes.
speak, to
Oh, yes.
take liquid out
Yes.
in case accidental spills do occur.
Right.
So those little things, and attention to detail when it came to designing a functional piece of equipment rather than going for something that's flash bang or glossy looks.
Right. Right.
So we appreciated that a lot from an industrial design perspective. So if you have anything to
Oh
add
yes,
to that.
oh yes. So as I was highlighting, innovations is something which has been our DNA, right? Engineers at ThinkPad labs keep working and ensuring there is new innovation. Now, if I have to give you a small example on the trackpoint you were talking about, right? It takes approximately 1.5 seconds for a user to move his hand from the keyboard to the mouse, right, and bring it back. Now, a hand travels approximately 10 centimeters, right, one way.
Yeah.
A user does it approximate around 200 times in a day. So a travel of hand movement from the keyboard to the mouse, which is 200 times, and the complete is around 40 meters, which is approximately a length, which is as nearly a length of Olympic size swimming pool.
Swimming pool. Wow.
Right? What we did, we brought the track point. Now, if you look at it's right in the middle of the keyboard, it's rightly placed. What it does, it saves a lot of effort and a lot of time.
Correct.
Right? A physical effort of 40 meters hand movement
Correct.
gets
Yeah.
almost negative, right? So innovation has been our DNA. We were the first notebook to be the butterfly, as highlighted, right? In 1997, ThinkPad 770 was the first notebook with a DVD-ROM. In 2004, T42 was the first ThinkPad to offer a higher security by giving an integrated fingerprint reader.
Yeah.
And the story goes on and on. We have so much of innovations which are part of our legacy, right? Now coming to the build, to the basic, when the customer looks at it, is the build quality good? Now ruggedness, if you highlight roll cage, the erstwhile roll cage, we use incredibly strong and lightweight magnesium alloy,
Yeah.
right? What it does for you, for an end user, it protects the components inside. It also gives a base so that the motherboard has a less flex and gives a security to the overall chassis. It gives them more empowerment, right? Now, if you look at the A cover or the top cover of the notebook, on models we use carbon fiber.
Right.
Carbon fiber is a material which is, for the users is a material which is used in the Dreamliner 787, right? We use that on the notebooks.
X1 carbon.
X1 carbon, for that matter, is a complete carbon fiber. In fact, the base of the X1 carbon is also carbon fiber, right? So look at it. We're talking about a notebook from a ruggedness point of view. A notebook which is made of a material on which a Dreamliner 787. So if you can trust your life on that, I'm sure you can trust your data on your notebook, right? From a robustness point of view, right? Now we talk about on going ahead on the ruggedness, right? Robust hinges. Now, if you look at the hinges in the latest generations, which is happening is these are the lay flat. So it helps the screen to lay flat on 180 degrees. The earlier generation, the 2 generations earlier, it used to go more than 180 degrees. Mm-hmm. So when a customer wanted to use a note or a touch screen on those, it used to give a wobble, right? It was not as comfortable, and it used to be a little off from the customer point of view. It is 180 degree, right? It also works in the base, in the roll cage, and it gives an overall sturdiness. Now, so if you look at the quality of what we use it's called ThinkPad square pin stainless steel hinge.
What sort of R&D goes into putting the ThinkPad together? So back in your research and development center, what sort of tests do these ThinkPads have to endure?
Well, that's interesting. So now, if I have to highlight all ThinkPad, right from the mainstream to the highest end, all ThinkPad passes mil specs. They go through the rigorous mil specs, right? The good news again on this is the latest generation of ThinkPads qualifies for 10 tests.
10 tests,
right?
Wow.
So we have added 2 more feathers in our cap on the mil specs. We have added solar radiation, and we have added fungus. So these 2 tests have been done, right? So from what has always been there, the 8 mil specs, which is not very common available in the industry today, we have added more feathers to it, right? So it is 10 categories and 18 procedures is what it goes through, right? So again on the testing, a hinge passes 30,000 close and open operations, right? Which is pretty much 50% more than what is industry standard. Regular lifespan or the industry standard today from a testing point of view. We do 30,000 tests, right? So there's a lot of investment which goes into it, right? And going to a point, if I have to look at on the A cover, right? To ensure that there is a robustness, right, on the carbon fiber, we have gone 13% thinner. Does that mean, the first question which comes in mind is, does that mean the shock absorbent? No, it has increased by 10%, right? So we're going thinner because that's the way customers want, ease of use, user friendly, easy to carry.
So literally less is better here.
Less is better here, right? You're right. So we are talking about 13% thinner and 10% more. So shock absorbent, right? Now. I'm talking about on the lesser. Now, if you remember, on our previous generations, right, 2 generations old, we used to use the rubber rail on the hard drive, right? We use this bracket now, right? So this bracket is the new, which it gets hooked to the hard drive, right? Screws, and what it is 13% thinner, 73% lighter, and it gives 43% more shock absorption.
Wow.
Right. So again, thinner is better, lesser is better here, right? So there's a lot of investment which goes onto this, and I think that has always been our DNA and the backbone of ThinkPad, right? So yes.
So let's not waste any more time and get into the nitty-gritties of each of these, components that you have for us.
Sure.
So Varun, what do we have in front of us?
Oh, this is a ThinkPad T series. This is actually not a laptop. It is various components which we're going to talk about, right?
Nice.
So I'm going to take you through this. What we're going to talk or cover today would be the 3 major points, right? One would be the mechanical, the second is the protection, and the most important third one being the cooling.
Cooling, right?
Now on the top case, right? This is the top case. This is a primarily made
we like to call this as the screen lid when we write about it.
Okay.
Yeah. But this, what do you call it?
We call it a top cover.
Top cover.
Right. This is primarily made of the carbon fiber with 2 glass fiber points, or the glass fiber reinforced.
So where are those fiber points? Right here.
Right here, right? This is where your antennas for wireless LAN and the WWAN goes in.
Okay.
Now, what has changed in this? From the previous generations, this has become 16% thinner.
Right.
And 10%, it has 10% reduction on the LCD, pressure on the LCD, which goes from here, right? So this is the same material which gets used in the Dreamliner 787 or the F1 cars. We use the best grade of on this.
This is complete carbon fiber.
This is complete carbon fiber, pretty much carbon fiber with 2 spots of the glass fiber.
Perfect.
Right.
What's the next component?
The next component we're gonna highlight about is the keyboard. The new ThinkPad keyboard has a spacious layout, right? To provide higher precision while typing, and hereby giving you an enhanced productivity, right? This is the scissor and the stabilizer mechanism, which provides tactical feedback and makes it highly ergonomic for your daily usage, right? So if you look at from a typing point of view, it's very comfortable to work in. And you don't feel tied up.
And this is something that I've always wondered. The dipped curve on the keys is supposed to aid typing, right?
Yes, right. So that's the second component. That's the second component. We're gonna move to the body, right? What we have done is we have added a solid plate.
So this is the base of.
This is the base of it, right? Now, if you see, this is the top base on it. It has the 3 drainage points for your spill resistant.
Right.
That's where your trackpad fits in, and that's how the connectivity. It gives a wonderful support to the overall machine and ensures there's no flex, and it gives
while tapping,
and add to the overall robustness of the machine, right? Now. We will jump before we move to the base and talk about the roll cage. We will talk about the cooling system, right? As the ultrabooks are becoming smaller and thinner, there's a lot of requirement which is coming on ensuring cooling. And cooling quiet has been something which we have always taken a pride on. We've been the coolest and the quietest notebook available in the industry, right? This fan system is the 7th generation of owl wing fan, right? Now, there's a lot of investment and time which has gone. This is an anti-static, so there is no dust which accumulates on the fans, which means there's a continuous productivity on heat. It ensures there's no heat in the system, and your overall system performance is wonderful. It is 23% lighter, 10% smaller, right? Has a 38% increased airflow, and gives you 15% better thermal performance, right? So, depending upon the models, this is the single pipe. You have dual or the 3 pipes available, depending upon the models which you have. But from an overall point of technology, they are the seventh generation of our owl wing.
Generally, ThinkPads have only one such fan, or are there multiple?
One. There's one fan.
Okay.
Right.
Great.
So this is that. Now. Moving to the hard drive, which is, as I highlighted earlier, one of the key point on customers' requirement is my data secured, right? So earlier we had 2 rubber rails available on the hard drive protection. They worked very well for us for a long time, right? But as the requirements of ultrabooks coming thinner, they were comparatively heavier, right? We have come back, we have introduced or we have launched this the casing. It gets connected to the hard drive. It is 13% thinner, 73% lighter, and has 43% more shock absorption. Right. So this is a new thing which is coming. If you compare the rack rails and feel and touch on this, it's pretty light.
Lighter.
It's definitely very lighter and very, very sturdy from a shock absorption point of view. Right. Now. The next is the robust hinge, right? The ruggedness adds to the ruggedness. Now, ThinkPad square pin stainless steel hinges adds to the overall robustness of the notebook. Now, these are the lay flat hinges, which makes a ThinkPad screen can tilt up back to 180 degrees, right, for a versatile viewing. And with this flat design, you can work comfortably without having any worry when you're working on the touch, right? There's no flex and there is no wobbliness, right? Because earlier models, it used to go a little more than 180 degrees. right?
You never really felt sure whether the
Yes,
hinges are right.
yes. And now the way the touch experience is increasing,
More people will
more
be
people
touching
more
the
people
screen.
are using to it.
Yeah.
So this is one of the classic examples how we adapt to with changes which is happening in the industry and the customer's requirement. So now, this is the important part, right? The roll cage, the ThinkPad roll cages are made of incredible strong and lightweight magnesium alloy, or in case of the X1 carbon, it is the carbon fiber, which provides a maximum strength and with minimum weight, right? It protects the system internal components from bumps and knocks and minimize system board flakes that can weaken the solder joints, right? The roll cage also provides the rigid chassis to the ThinkPad hinges and the outer shell, right? So this is what we have on the overall components which goes into on a ThinkPad. This is what makes ThinkPad the legendary ThinkPad which it has been. As I highlighted, we have done 100 millionth ThinkPad very recently in January. We shipped out our 100 millionth ThinkPad. We're looking forward for this year. A lot of new models, a lot of innovations which are going in. So from a normal clamshell, we are looking at a huge, deployments of the yogas, right? So we have a yoga of 12-inch. We have introduced ThinkPad Yoga 14-inch, and a 15.6 inch is also available, right? So
that's pretty cool. So we've reviewed the 13-inch yoga. The review should be out next week. It's a fantastic piece from a design perspective. The hinges have changed in this iteration. They look pretty new. So Varun, thanks for this short, journey through the ThinkPad's components. But an important question we wanted to understand is the number of components, at least on the table here, are quite less when it comes to other laptops that we've seen. So is less more sort of philosophy or keeping the moving parts when it comes to the assembly of the laptop or the ThinkPad an intentional decision from the design team at Lenovo?
No, so see, if you ask about the moving parts, right? On a notebook, the moving parts have been the hard drives. Now, the biggest moving part has been the hard drive and the fan.
Also the screen hinges.
And the screen hinges, right?
Yeah.
Now, it is the way technology is moving, right? The SSD adoption is increasing. More and more customers are asking about SSDs, right? So that removes one of the moving parts out of it. Fan is a basic requirement and would stay. What will happen is how you do better rate flow, how you bring more efficiency. What do you do better to bring more cooler and a quieter? So that's what we do. The other components, I think, when you see an actual notebook, minus the part, there are more components attached to it. Yes. But the way it is placed inside, right, is placed in a way that the proper airflow and hence the inspiration towards the bento box goes back, right? So the placements of the is much more cleaner and neat when you look at inside the and in an working notebook. You get to see a better view. It's very neat, well placed to ensure the airflows are right, and especially in a case as we are going thinner, right? So that is a very, very keen thing to look at.
So what's your outlook on 2015? Where do you see ThinkPads? Are there new markets that you're trying to explore with models that will be launched in India this year?
Oh yes. So yoga on the consumer model has been a very, very successful model. We bring ThinkPad Yoga. We're launching ThinkPad Yoga, or it's available now. ThinkPad Yoga. So we have 3 variants available on ThinkPad Yoga, one with a 12-inch, another with a 14-inch, and we also have a 15.6-inch Yoga available.
Wow.
So it's a ThinkPad. All the components and the essentials.
It comes with that legacy.
It comes with the legacy of ThinkPad, and it is a Yoga form factor. So that's something which is coming up, which is available now to the end users, and we're seeing we've started showing it to a lot of customers. We are seeing a wonderful response from them. There are a lot of customers who are getting very excited about a 12-inch and a 14-inch of Yoga.
Well, that was it. The teardown of the Lenovo ThinkPad. We thank Varun here from Lenovo for showing us the components and all the tiny parts that goes into building a ThinkPad, which we eventually write about and consumers like you buy in the market. So that's all from Digit, and thanks once again.
Thank you, Trish. It was a pleasure, and thank you again for giving us an opportunity to reach out to customers and showing what exactly goes into the ThinkPad. Right?
Correct.
So thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks.
Thank you.